Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Happy Tuesday, 9:02. That's the time on this 4th day of February. We got a busy show, so let's get right to it. Ameren, Illinois joins us in just a few seconds, but top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know in this brief newscast. We'll take you right to Godfrey first. A resident of Godfrey, Matthew Costello, is now facing very serious legal consequences after being charged with 5 counts of child pornography, classified as Class X felonies. These charges stem from an investigation that initiated just a few weeks ago, January the 23rd, 2025. It prompted by numerous cyber tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children regarding the dissemination of child porn via the KIC application. Authorities executed a search warrant of Costello's home on January the 29th, uncovering the evidence of videos and images shared in various chat groups. Costello currently in custody as the legal proceedings continue. Also, in the news today, the Belleville Police Department is currently investigating a fatal shooting that occurred on February the 3rd in the 100th block of North 81st Street. At approximately 5:30, officers responded to reports of multiple gunshots in the area, and upon arrival, they found a 16-year-old male suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in front of a residence. Despite immediate first aid from police and fire personnel, he was pronounced deceased shortly after arrival at Memorial Hospital. The investigation still in its early stages, and authorities will provide further updates as more information does become available. Finally, in the news today, you heard it here first on RiverBender.com. Jacoby Art Center is excited to announce the relocation and next chapter of the beloved community staple at 208 State Street in Alton, the former site of State Street Market, which plans to open in April 2025. Full interview on RiverBender.com/daily show. The new 4,000 square foot space will allow for enhanced programming, including popular kids and clay programs. While renovations are underway, they are seeking community support through sponsorships and volunteerism. The leadership optimistic about the next chapter and invites everyone to get involved. We were very thrilled to be a part of that announcement here yesterday on our daily show and can't wait for that next chapter of Jacoby Art Center. We'll take a quick break. It is 34 degrees. It's going to be a lot colder today than it was yesterday. 45 degrees is right around where the temperatures will reach for the high side of things and drop down to the mid-30s overnight as we head into Wednesday. We'll take a quick break at 9:04, 34 degrees. Ameren, Illinois joins us next.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I said, hey, Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend is sticking around. Take the road.
9:08 is the time on this Tuesday morning. It is the 4th day of February. Groundhog's Day, just a few days ago, and the work anniversary of Kevin Young. Kevin, good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well.
And happy work anniversary.
I appreciate that.
So how long have you been with Ameren?
I've been with Ameren now 38 years.
Wow. You know, and before we dive into the meat of this conversation, which I'm really excited to talk about today, you know, being with a company for 38 years, you know, that really is a testament, I think, to the relationship between, you know, the corporate and the business side of things, the admin, and then also just how they treat their employees. Take me through work life at Ameren. 38 years is quite a testament.
Oh, boy, I've learned a lot. One of the attributes that I share with people most is the lessons that you learn over your tenure there. You don't have to leave those at work.
Yeah,
you can take those home with you. Things like safety, camaraderie, loyalty, stewardship, those sorts of things. They follow you and they travel well. You know, one day at a time.
100%. And, you know, with that being said, one day at a time is what I'm sure you guys have to do during, you know, inclement weather, especially during, you know, winter weather months. And just like January the 5th, you were in Harrisburg during the aftermath of that ice storm in southern Illinois. You know, just take me through that account real quick. What was that process like?
Well, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is that we stay ready, and we stage people prior to that. So getting there is always difficulty, you know, managing your footing and things like that. The ice on the lines and trees and those sorts of things become very difficult. But we're trained. We follow our work practices, and safety is always first. Every decision that we make has a component of safety in it. So we follow our training. We go through robust training as linemen and line personnel, if you will. And so we lean on that. And we find that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Well, and take me to that training, you know, portion of this conversation, because you are the manager of electric training for Ameren. And, you know, take me through some of the ways and those processes in which you get everyone prepared.
Well, one of the things is we look for people who are flexible and have agility.
Oh, I bet.
And so once we get those people in line, we spend a lot of time climbing poles. We do first aid. We do things like that are relevant to the job. So there's work on bucket trucks, using bucket trucks and things of that nature. And so we have a very robust training. It's 3 years, 6,000 hours, and you have to have both.
Whoa.
And so we spend that time really focusing on details of the job.
Well, and, you know, I think that's so fascinating, too, now that we're, you know, getting into this is, you know, when we see that, snow coming down and we see the ice, we aren't really thinking about, the folks that are really out there, when things get rough, to make sure that the power's back on as quickly as possible, or if there's any other type of an event. And to hear that, I mean, all the prep work that goes into, this process, this job, it's honestly incredible. 6,000 hours is, that is not a week at school.
We want to make sure that our training is impactful.
Yeah.
We have a hazardous profession, but when we follow our safety procedures and protocols and things of that nature, we mitigate a lot of the risk.
Yeah.
And so we believe steadfast in making sure that we're trained, that our policies are well understood, and that we follow them.
Well, and, going through that, I'm a little bit younger. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin.
Okay.
I can't walk and chew gum. So I think if I climbed the pole, the first aid actually would just turn into a live training session on
wow.
CJ. But that's okay. I'm not applying. But
Okay.
I will say this. There's so many individuals out there that, especially in my generation, and we promote trades all the time in that trade industry, where college isn't always that number one option for people. And there's so many more beneficial ways to have a career, have a life, especially through some of what Ameren offers. So if I'm a young person starting my work career, you know this better than anyone. What attributes do I need to have, as a person, or what would you suggest really those qualities that make a good line worker?
Well, first and foremost, you have to not be scared of heights.
I'm out.
The majority of the work that we do is up in the air, and so that would be the first attribute. I like to think of our employees as working athletes, and so there's a physical aspect to what they do. I mean, we're not going to run marathons and things of that nature. We don't have to lift 500 pounds, but the more physically fit that you are, the better you're enabled to handle the rigors of the job.
Well, and on top of that, just a quick follow-up, I would imagine you have to be mentally fit too, because if you're up there at higher altitudes or just higher, heights, you have to really be focused. And if you aren't, one bad suggestion, one bad thought could lead to maybe an accident, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Our employees, especially when they're engaged in work processes, we rely on them to be really have the ability to anticipate.
Yeah.
And so when you can anticipate, next steps, what we're going to do next, and you also know what hazards surround whatever the task is that you're doing. And so there is a great amount of focus, because if you're not focused, things can happen. And we want to be able to control the narrative. So we follow our safety procedures. We stay focused on the task at hand. One may say something like driving is simple, but that's a task for us. And so we take that as such, and we focus.
100%. I mean, especially if you're focused on what you guys would consider simpler tasks, you're going to be definitely locked in when those bigger ones keep going. It's all about being locked in and just ready to anticipate. I really do like that.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure there's folks that are interested in being, a line worker, interested in being in the company. But take me through the actual steps. What does that process look like? Because when I hear, especially 6,000 hours, that could be intimidating, I'm sure, for maybe a younger person out there that wants to get started. But what's that process look like?
Well, we're looking for someone who has drive. That's the first and foremost. Other than that, you can go out to our website. We have other opportunities besides line work, so find something that fits you. And then the thing that I share with people is our core values. A lot of times people wait to be interviewed, and they don't interview where they want to work.
Yeah.
And so what I would share for someone who's listening to us now would be like our core values: safety, stewardship, teamwork, accountability, respect, integrity, commitment to excellence, diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you can see yourself in those facets, then you can be an Ameren employee.
And honestly, that's great that you mentioned that too, because not everyone's suited for, that specific job. Right. And just on the path work side of things, just a quick follow-up on it, because I'm so fascinated. So if I apply for being a lineman and I get accepted and I, get the job, what's that process look like? Am I automatically hired as a lineman? What's that training, truly look like in just steps, if it's okay?
Very good question. The first thing would happen is you'd pass a CAS test. You'd have to pass a CAS test. And then from that, there's an interview. And from the interview process, we have the evaluation. So we'd have you come out. Our evaluation process is 2.5 days.
Wow.
And so we put you through tasks that are associated with the trade. You climb poles, work with others. We're looking for folks that not are just skilled, but that have our core values, that can collaborate with others in teamwork. even though you are in effect competing for a job, we want to see how you work with others, see that you're following directions, see that you're working safely. So those things are the aspects that we focus on during the evaluation. And once you are recommended in that evaluation, and then it's up to the regions to decide of the group of people that we evaluate who they want to hire. And once they do that, they return back to our training center. And then we go from there to start our rigorous training.
And now take me through that training, because I can only imagine if just that first step is, as intensive as that is, take me through what that training looks like.
Our first phase of the training, and we look at this, we have 6 phases of training. And so the first phase is a 5-week training where we have 1 week of that is on entry-level transformers. Wow. And the other 4 weeks you're in the field. You're actually climbing, learning the tools, learning the materials, working with each other. And we do a lot of climbing. We don't climb as much as we used to in the field, but it's just those situations where we do to where we have to make sure that we're prepared. We may have someone who sustained injury or some kind of emergency up there, and you may have to go up and get them. And so we pride ourselves in making sure that we are prepared to climb the poles and that. So that would be the first phase. There's a high concentration on that. The second phase, we start to build things. We're working on lines, we're putting up services and things of that nature. So there's climbing, but a bear can climb but doesn't know what to do when he gets up
Good
there.
point. That's
and
a good
so
point.
Then we start to build out the trade. We're teaching you now the materials. We're putting up services. We're starting to work at higher heights, working on taller poles and things of that nature. Then we start to advance to working out of a bucket, things of that nature, and the wire gets bigger, and now we're working on primary versus working on services. And then we just escalate from there. We just keep going. There's so many different scenarios that we are faced with out in the field. There's old construction, there's new construction. And so we focus on all of those things because in a given day, we don't know exactly when they're working what they're going to see.
100% true. And on top of that, our region's a little bit different because both sides of the season spectrum, we're getting pelted, whether it's snow or whether it's, nasty thunderstorms or tornadoes. And, in that training, I'm kind of just curious, is that one of those things that you guys go through, is just kind of going through the geography that we're in, that region we're in, and knowing, hey, you guys are going to be working pretty much 365 because of that, the nuanced weather and pattern that we experience here?
Yeah, well, there's no way to reproduce those situations.
That's what I was curious about. Yeah.
So what we do is on blue sky days, we really hone in on our fundamentals.
Okay.
If you are fundamentally prepared, no matter what the weather, the work doesn't change, the element does. And so we learn to navigate through those things with our PPE. We dress in layers and things of that nature. We stay hydrated. And so we're able to handle the conditions that way. But we stay focused on our training, our work procedures, and that gets us through those difficult situations.
Well, and before we take this quick break and come back with more conversation, I think it's great to point out, too, we use the term lineman, but,
yes.
This is a job for everybody, and there's more and more women that are entering trade, specific fields and jobs. Are you seeing that on your guys' side of things, too?
Absolutely, yes. There is room in this trade for females. And so the work anymore is ergonomically better than it ever was. It's safer than it ever was. And with the physical strength and condition and things like that, women are as apt to do this job as men are as well.
Absolutely. You got a moment to stick around?
Absolutely.
I got to pay a quick bill. Hey, before I do take this quick break, let me fill you in on our friends at Hainer Library. Whether or not you're digging into your family's roots or you're digging in for fun activities for you and your family to be a part of, Hainer Library's got something for everybody. If you get your Hainer Library card, I love this. You get ad-free, for free streaming with movies and TV shows with Biblio Plus. You aren't paying the $29 for Netflix anymore. And they have this cool thing called the Library of Things. So you can check out ghost hunting equipment and do outdoor activities with your kids, or your calculator breaks or your kids does right before finals. You'll pick one up, you just return it for free. How about that? Isn't that so cool? You can go to HainerLibrary.org and find out more information today on how you can get your library card, and just don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you. OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Another serenader and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may have won your heart, but I
Welcome back, Daily Show, smacking you in the nose at 9:24. Kevin back in the studio. How are we doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
You know, really great conversation. If you're just tuning in, you'll watch the full one on RiverBender.com/Daily Show. But, you know, Kevin, as we're getting back into this, I always say, and I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you to agree with my conspiracy, but I do think that the big grocery stores, the big box stores for grocery, big grocery is in cahoots with the local news. Because, you know, next week they're already predicting 2 to 4, 4 to 6 inches of snow or whatever they're saying now. But also the term of, especially up north, some ice may be coming in, freezing rain on Wednesday morning. Before we talk about any of that, what's worse for your guys' equipment, for our power lines, for anything like that? Is it the snow? Is it the ice that's worse?
I really believe that the ice is worse. When you get that ice on your lines and that it's heavy, you get a quarter inch, half inch of ice on there, the weight becomes really insurmountable for the lines. We build out for that, but when you get that in concert with some wind, it's really difficult for our system to really sustain itself.
And just a quick follow-up to that, how do you all manage and navigate that when, you know, all of a sudden a line gets overloaded and collapses? I don't know what the term is specifically for that, but ice overwhelms it and you guys are without service. What does that process immediately begin to? Is that looking at when's the ice going to slow down? When's this rain going to slow down in this water? Or is it immediately diving into action to get this back on?
The first thing is to evaluate whether or not it's safe.
Okay,
if it's in a place where there's pedestrians or cars or things like that, then we want to make sure we get to where it's being fed from and de-energize that. And then once that takes place, we do things to mitigate the ice. We may beat the ice off the lines. We really are optimistic that the weather changes and warms up so that it melts. But we have several things that we consider when those lines are down, and the first being safety.
And now, just like a car, and I don't know, obviously know this question, but just like a car battery, if it's -5 out and I didn't start my car for a couple of hours, or and maybe leave it overnight, and I try to start it the next day, it ain't turning over.
Right.
Can you guys restore power and below sub-zero temperatures or extreme heat? Is that a safety issue or anything like that it poses? I've always been curious about that.
We can restore energy as long as the lines stay in the air. They're working.
Okay.
And so there is no direct correlation to the fact that it's cold out that our lines are not going to be working. And so that's why we encourage our customers all the time. If our lines are down, just assume that they're energized. I mean, just know that.
That's a great point. Yeah. That is such a good point. And, especially, too, whenever the summer rolls around, too, with that thunderstorm potential and the high winds that brings, I'm sure that poses the same significance when it comes to risk of power lines going down.
Absolutely. Yeah, those lines, they look very innocent when they're laying on the ground.
They do.
But you have no way of knowing whether or not there's energy going through them. So we just encourage all of the pedestrians, all of our customers, stay away from them and call us.
I always have been curious about this as well, and we talked a little bit about it the last interview, but whenever, let's say, gosh darn, the line falls on your car, or you're walking and you see this, we already talked about kind of how to get away from it, and we went back and talked about that already, but and we can touch on it if you want, but how much power, is truly in that? Because, what could that do to somebody the moment they even make contact with it? Because I truly don't know.
First thing is, you're not going to sustain life touching our
It's
lines.
just immediate. It's immediate.
That's immediate.
Wow.
What we encourage is if a line's on a car or something, stay in the car. If you're all right, stay in the car. Have somebody out. Call, get us out there, but stay in the car. By no means, don't just stay where you are, stay put, and have somebody call, and we'll send somebody out expeditiously to get you in a safe, to get you out the car.
Well, and just like we're talking about, power lines being down and storms and winter storms, summer storms. When it comes to restoration and getting that equipment back up and operational, how do you determine who gets restored first? Does it go by, in terms of like population per capita? Is it business districts? Is it government offices? How does that work in terms of priority?
The first thing we do is collaborate with our stakeholders. I mean, we want to make sure that the hospitals, the fire departments, the police departments, that they've got service. And then from there, we try to impact the majority of our customers as we go. And then there's a trickle-down effect from that. We're looking at thousands of customers, then hundreds of customers, then, teens, and then even down to the single home. But we want to restore power to as many of our customers as safely as we can and as efficiently and as timely as we can.
Well, and before I let you go today, and like I said, really appreciate your time, I wanted just to ask you a quick follow-up to this whole thing, because I get really nervous when I'm out in my yard. I bought a house that was a rental that I bought that, there's still a lot of love that needs to be done to it, because you know how, landlords get and everything else. But I was seeing a line, and I thought it was a power line, because, you look at them, I'm not an expert, and I never had the training, but coming to find out it was just a cable line, or it looked very thicker. It wasn't a power line. It was just in the middle of the yard. But what is your kind of your point for the public? If we see something that we can't identify, I don't want to overwhelm your phone lines, but is safety the priority? Is it better to call and verify than to take the chance?
Absolutely. I talked to you about our rigorous training.
Yeah.
And the customers in your backyard, you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Don't even try to decipher or figure it out. Call us. We're at 1-800-755-5000. Give us a call. We've got trained people to come out and make those sorts of decisions and make it safe. So it's only a phone call away, and that is not a burden to us. We would much rather have you call us and something happened to one of our customers.
Well, Kevin, I really appreciate the time. And if you guys have any damaged or down power lines or an outage in your area, you can always call 1-800-755-5000. That's 1-800-755-5000. Kevin Young is the manager of electric training at Ameren, Illinois. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we take a quick break, I got to tell you about one of our partners, and that's OSF Healthcare. You'll find care just as unique as you are at OSF St. Anthony's Health Center. And what I think is really cool people is around here, it used to take, a lot to get appointments done. We'd have to drive to DePaul and drive all the way down to St. Louis. But now OSF's bringing it all right here into the 618. They have that new intensive wound care clinic. They have so much more when it comes to the Mueller Cancer Center, pulmonology, and really just they keep adding each and every day. Whether or not you're going for pain management or you need a new primary care provider, I highly encourage you to go to osfhealthcare.org and start your journey with our community partner today.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab select 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. I just want to fly. I just want to.
The best part of the show happens during the break. You didn't hear that because I don't turn on my microphones during any part of that.
Fun time.
So we are doing a new intro for North Alton Godfrey Business Council. That's why we decided just to jump right into it, play some Sugar Ray, and get Keith and Margaret into the studio. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Groundhog's Day is over, but I feel like it's already starting again, you know?
I agree.
How's life treating us at North Alton Godfrey Business Council?
Hey, we're doing well.
we have a couple of days left to register for the meeting on next Tuesday.
Yes, next Tuesday. It's going to be a great meeting at Godfrey Meat Market, 7:30 breakfast.
That's my favorite because I get like a full stomach and I get right into the studio right afterwards, and then between you guys I get to clock in a little bit early to leave a little bit early because the meeting. So please keep doing the morning meetings. They're great. Absolutely. So where do we start first? How's everything going in your guys' respective necks of the woods? How's Kreative Kids, Keith?
Kreative Kids is great. We have it's been a good run. We've had a couple of new grants. We got $5,000 from the United Way through Community Christmas. Thanks to the wonderful work that the Freers do in that process of raising that.
Everyone helps. Everyone helps.
And see, isn't that so cool though? Because you can truly say the community does help.
Absolutely.
I mean, you all spearhead it, but you said it time and time again, and it just shows the goodness of our region. Truly.
Absolutely.
Well, and it kind of reflects the Business Council too, because I think it's that partnership, it's that investment in the community that makes a difference, and I think that's why our meetings are so well attended.
They are.
I mean, I think people understand that we're not just there to chit chat. We're there because we're committed to the best interest of these communities.
And it's the best business organization around. It truly is. I mean, we have 150 plus members. The speakers are always good. The meetings are fun.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about the members. I mean, they're dedicated to the community. They strive to better their business and the area. So, I mean, it's a great organization.
Well, and it's really good, too, because you get everybody really in one roof, and you aren't going to solve all the world's problems, but if you have an event going
sure
on...
try.
We do, don't we? And if not, Keith prays. And then,
Amen.
Somehow I became the reverend of the Business Council.
But it's so cool, though, because if I had an event, I could see 45 people in that room that could truly help support that, just like everyone does time and time again. Or if there is something that's going on, you're going to see the political leaders of communities there. I mean, you see, the mayor, trustees there, but Alton reps there, and it's really good to know that it's both municipal and business and commercial, along with private citizens that are just being a part of this council too. It's the whole gauntlet.
And the beautiful thing is that there's so many people in the same businesses, like insurance and other areas. But this music meeting is not about competition. It's about the fact that we all have an investment in the best interest of the community. So I think that's a great thing that really brings people together.
We're all successful together. We're all more successful together, and that's what comes through, really. And that's just what shows. I mean, what's it feel like, Margaret, to be able to, as a whole, with Community Christmas and what you guys do, contribute to, a Kreative Kids or other organizations like you guys have?
Well, that's our mission, is to give back. So we strive to do that. And we have a couple things going on right now I'd like to tell you about, of our Thankful Heart food drive we're having. We are collecting food for Salvation Army, Alton Memorial Hospital Alton Memorial Rehab, Sammy's Sandwich Shop, Arrow Signs, Nikki G's Catering, Riverbend Records, and for Auto Body. If you'd like to make a donation to help feed our area needy, drop your items off. It would be greatly appreciated.
Well, and honestly, we'll make sure to link all of that too, because just another great way to, all throughout the year, give back to the community. And that's really why I think Community Christmas has gotten as big as it was. Christmas in July was massive.
It was, and I'm working on that. I'm working.
Do we need condos?
We do. I have a place in Pigeon Forge. I have a place, a wonderful cabinet in Colorado, and I have a place in Gulf Shores. So I need a couple more places if anybody would like to donate a tax-deductible week stay at your condo or vacation home.
My parents give you theirs this year?
Well, she's trying to get another one, but if not, she said we could have it. But I don't like to wear my welcome out. She gave last year.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get one for you.
All right.
We'll get one for you.
It's such a good project. I mean, it helps so many people. Many people.
Well, and it's really unique too, because it's fun to win, but it's also really cool to see just everyone coming together, and just enjoying it all too. And we'll, before we dive back into Community Christmas and Christmas in July, and then of course the great drive going on right now. Mm-hmm. Keith, is there any enrollment opportunities still?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the things since I was here last, CJ, we were able to renovate the inside of the building and move our school school-age kids to the modular building.
You were
yeah. So we've got more infant spots now. We still got about 4 infant spots available because we just opened that program. And so, our enrollment's up over 100 at this point, so we're pretty excited about that. Got some great new volunteer opportunities coming up. We just got a huge donation from Ameren. They gave us.
They were just here.
Well, apparently they've got a drive out for not-for-profits, and then we got all new LED lights for the entire building.
Oh, wonderful.
And the great thing about these is that they replace the ballast, so you don't have any ballast anymore. So there's a huge savings. But I've got 300 lights that need to be installed. Oh, no. So I'm going to be looking for some group out there who might be interested in
IBEW 649. Isn't that our electrical union?
Yep.
Creative Kids needs help.
There you go. Margaret will take care of you right then and there.
Because it's going to save us a huge amount of money in terms of our lighting bill, as well as they're more energy efficient. So that's been exciting. We got another grant from the United Way to put in an infant toddler playground, so we got to expand that. When we opened the new wing, we had our toddlers were moved out past where the playground was. So we had to move the fence over, and we've got shock absorbent tiles that we've had since, 26 years. They're a little old. So
like a Honda Civic of flooring.
So now we got a grant to put all new tiles in this spring. And so it's going to, not only is it going to be much safer for the kids, it's going to be gorgeous. So we're really looking for, if you're interested in volunteering or getting involved in the organization, we got lots of cool projects for people to be involved in. So right now we're excited about things. The state's still investing a lot of money in childcare. Mm-hmm. So that's all been good. Our staff are making really a living wage now because of this investment from.
That's what you were saying, yeah.
So I mean, we're in good shape, excited about where things are going.
Man, there you go. And it's all the hard work paying off because the transition's not easy. You're moving into that new spot, and now everything else is just working on out, isn't it?
It's
Creative
great.
Kids is so lucky to have Keith. He is amazing. He's a driving force in the community, and Creative Kids is very lucky.
Honestly, yes.
And we now have central air and central heating.
There we go! There we go!
And
amazing.
And my winter gas bill went from $5,000 a month to about $400 a month.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
Yeah, it's been a huge savings in terms of that.
And it's good though that it's not good that happened, obviously, but it's good the public hears that because we don't see as a public, some of the I mean, if anyone at home got hit with even a $2,000 gas bill, we'd be talking catastrophic for most families. Right. I mean, really, and it shows how hard you got to work to get through these things.
Yeah, absolutely. So having an energy efficient building was such a blessing. I mean, it's just been so great for the last.
Did you get
3
solar?
or 4 years.
Solar?
No, we don't have solar, but we moved out of the property that
McKinley.
had the old boiler.
Okay. Was that McKinley School? Oh man, that thing, that boiler! I'm telling you, what would heat 3 streets around it, Margaret, but would never heat up the building.
So like I said, for us right now, everything's going pretty well, and
that's great.
Looking for some new board members. So if you got, we've got some, I've got a lot of experienced board members, which means they've been there a long time, and we're looking to do some transitioning. So we're looking for some young people, middle 20s and 30s, who might be interested in making a commitment to making a change.
I made the United Way board.
Hey, congratulations.
Great.
So we can start talking more and more about Community Christmas and all the great United Way projects going on.
Awesome. That's
the United Way has just been awesome to us. I mean,
have they really?
Oh my
goodness.
That's
cool, man.
That's our United Way is such a blessing. When you look at perhaps other parts of the country, so much of the money goes directly to the organizations that make a difference.
And right into our community.
Absolutely.
Right.
And every dime that's raised from Community Christmas stays in our area, every dime.
And see, that's what's so important to talk about, Margaret. And it's so hard, especially when it gets to the good time of the year. And I try really hard, and I pray harder and all that before the show starts. But you see some drives, and they're great initiatives, and we all want toys and all that. But I just hope people realize that they aren't. Some of those drives aren't going to your community, which is fine.
Exactly.
Those kids need toys too, but if you want a community-focused drive, this is really it, because it does.
I'm a firm believer in taking care of my own.
Yep, 100%. 100%. And then once we get our own taken care of, then we can start helping some others. But it does. It goes right back here. And what I think's so cool, too, is it's, the family connection, too, with, the granddaughters and the family that all comes together on your side of things, but the community that just comes together, and it's like, it's that time of the year again.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You'll have a moment to stick around. I got to take a quick break. I got to pay a quick bill at 9:46. It's 35 degrees. It feels like 13 compared to yesterday. We'll come back with more Daily Show right after this.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to Our Daily Show. 9:49, little bit of change.
I'm funny.
You are. Well, and see, that's the thing, too. Whenever you're at the meeting, it's so fun to be a part of them.
It is.
You got Zeke calling you the wrong name, you know.
And that is not fake. He really does not remember names.
Oh, I thought it was a joke.
He cannot use his phone. God love him. Tim is his IT person. He calls Tim all the time to come over and fix his computer. One time he had it unplugged.
My favorite is getting your correction emails. The Margaret correction emails in the North Office.
I was Zeked.
Well, and see, it's things like that where, you know, when you can... Zeke just called, actually, believe it or not, at 9:45.
Hi, Zeke.
We were talking about him.
Yeah, he called right back. With that being said, though, it's really cool to be a part of these because it's business in a different way because we've all been a part of those. And there's nothing wrong with being eyes and everything. But I'm more of a, I like the free flow. I like just to have this organic kind of conversation and really where you aren't feeling kind of pressured to kind of do something too, where you got to, you throw all these, elevator pitches out. But guests of or members of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council can bring guests too, correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And that's another good call to action where if someone's interested and you've always maybe wanted to check out the council, go with one of your friends that's a member and just get a taste of it.
Yeah, it's very different than a lot of what people think is our business council meetings.
Yeah.
As you turn, they're boring, and what happens is that there's not much going on, and then everybody's kind of looking around trying to figure out where they're going to get business from. That's not what the focus of these meetings are. It's about the connection and the connectedness that happens, and lots of good friends.
Well, and on top of that, too, those connections lead to really cool philanthropic efforts, too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, how many have there been? I mean, from the Benjamin Godfrey Trail to all the wonderful, the gazebo work. I mean, there's been a ton of great projects.
The Christmas breakfast with Santa.
Oh, that's always cool.
That is fun, yeah.
The volunteer work that's done in terms of cleaning up around the properties and whatever. I mean, that's the thing, is that there's a lot of projects that you can get involved in that are all meant to benefit the community.
CJ, how do I find out more? Well, you just go to this website, nagbc.com, and let me zoom in because I don't have my cheaters on today. Hold on here. I'm going on 55. See that where it says register today for our next meeting, or you can get the meeting schedule just by clicking on that. My internet's a little bit slow today, but you'll be able to see all of the upcoming opportunities, and also just a way to register and be a part of it. It's so affordable too, and that's
what I was going to say. Yeah,
the biggest part of it. I mean, you look at these councils normally, and it's like, get out the saw and let's cut out the kidney because I gotta get this bill paid. But how much is it for folks?
$55 for a business membership and $25 for an individual membership. And dues are coming up due, so everybody that's coming to the meeting Tuesday to hear Marcus Polito with the Assistant Chief of Madison County, bring your $55 check.
He was great for all of
He's a great guy,
He's just a wonderful man. And also, you get great food. That's another thing. There's never been a bad meal.
No,
Yeah. Well, you know what I think's fun too is seeing the fun come out in the members. Where it's
yes, some of them are little characters.
Yeah, where that's where I like it too. Where you get to see everyone kind of just being comfortable.
And Zeke breeds that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
he
really is the lifeblood of the organization.
He is a character.
He is
because you never know what's coming next, and it's always something. But the speakers are great too. I think I have learned so much.
Yeah, that's true.
From the fellow from the grain elevators here.
Oh yeah,
I knew nothing about that until he came to that meeting, and then last month they were talking about the landfill over here, and I didn't know that they were recycling all of that methane and whatever. It's like, it was pretty cool.
He is one of the best speakers we've ever had, so I vote that we have him back on. He is an amazing speaker.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, it's just
my favorite, one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many that you can really fall back on and just be really just be amazed at some of the growth in the area, or you can just go to learn a little bit more about Margaret and Keith. Keith, how's Kreative Kids? What's coming down the pipeline? Any calls to action?
Well, it's our 55-year anniversary this year. So
nice.
Very rarely does a child care.
Do you get your $1 coffee yet, or is that in 5 more?
Yeah, I'm on that, CJ. But as I said, we've got some chances to volunteer in terms of some projects. We are the board just kind of is putting together things, and we're going to have another family fun day in August.
Oh, cool!
And so that was cool. And then we're going to do the breakfast again. We just got done with we had 2 years we missed the community appreciation breakfast, which was my favorite time of the year. Margaret Freer, of course, is one of the recipients of our Concern for Children Award. But we were able to go back to do that. And I think that, for us, the ability to say thank you, the ability to give back is so significant. And I think that's why my connection to the Business Council is there, because it is all about appreciating the community and the valuing the people who we have here and the businesses that we have here. So I think that for us, Looking forward to continuing to increase the enrollment. We've got the new playground. We really wish more people would come by and just visit the facility and see how cool it is. It really is state-of-the-art.
100%. Well, and honestly, people are always looking for childcare options, and you need to have a safe place and one that's been vetted for as long as Kreative Kids. I mean, where could you go wrong there? Especially with a brand new spanking facility. That's awesome.
Yep, and our senior newsletter's coming out. It'll have all the volunteer opportunities as well as all the cool things that are going on with us. And if you'd like to get a copy of the newsletter, just send an email address to our website, which is, the email address is Kreative with a K, kids, 121@gmail.com. So if you'd like to get on the mailing list for the newsletter, just send us an email.
And Margaret Freer.
And I'm always promoting things that we are doing, but I rarely talk about Freer Auto Body.
I know, we haven't yet. That's why
Freer Auto Body's been in business. It'll be 34 years. A great facility, quality work. The customer service cannot be beaten. That is what, you're letting us repair your vehicle is what allows us to make the charitable contributions that we are able to make.
Oh, you haven't gotten off the hook yet. This isn't just an elevator pitch, Margaret. I got to talk for your auto body for a couple of minutes.
Come on down.
But what I really, though, how long has Freer been in business?
It'd be 34 years
34
in September.
years. Mm-hmm. Well, and how would you guys manage the ways that automotive industries have changed? I mean, because it seems like there's so many different makes and models now that you guys are always worried. I mean,
we are ICAR Gold certified. We keep up with the training. I spend about $10,000 a year on training for our guys. We're certified in almost every make and model of vehicle. Top notch.
Wow. And I can verify that because I've had both of my vehicles taken care of by Freer. One where my wife had an unfortunate moment.
Wife.
and they took very good care of us. I also had a grandson who had a car that was really, really badly damaged. He was hit from behind.
Oh, wow.
And they came and got the vehicle and took care of it. So, I mean,
Do
I can't say
wonderful
enough
work.
positive things about their work.
You can't beat the quality.
No, you can't.
Tim Freer, it has OCD, and when your car goes out, it's right.
Well, and it really does. And I mean, there's so many times that my dad has just beaten the hell out of, backed into something.
We have a few frequent flyers.
But what I think's really unique about Freer too is your employment's very diverse in the sense of, seeing the, high schoolers that are working the summers and coming in and being a part of this. How many families how many generations are you on now in employment?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I really don't know. But we do work with the local schools with their programs where we let them work and, they get credit for working and we pay them.
I didn't know you did that.
We do Roxana, Wood River. We used to do Alton High. They no longer have the program. But yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well,
and we have a couple of apprentices that we are training now. So, you can go to a trade school, but we can teach you more hands-on for less.
And for industry, for that job-specific trade too. Why not learn hands-on from that?
Yep.
Well, and do you have any openings right now? Because you guys are normally pretty stacked on employment.
Yeah, we're pretty filled up right now. We have a great staff. I think we have like 22, 24 employees right now. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we have a big building.
Well, and see, that's what's so unique about it, though, because you're right. We, talk community Christmas, but we don't talk about the day in and day out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And, with that being said, how many cars do you guys think you manage a month? Or do you guys have
a month? Probably 120, 150.
Well, and what are you having to deal with right now with supply? Is there any supply chain issues or anything?
It's getting better.
Okay.
We waited 4 months for a GM headlight. People just have to be patient.
Wow.
My niece's car was just in there not long ago, and a part was on back order, and there was nothing I could do. I want her back on the road. I want you back on the road. I want to get you out of that rental car.
Yeah.
But sometimes supply and demand. It just doesn't work out the way we planned.
Well, and see, I think it's so interesting because when folks come to you too, it's really this unique package, where, you give them the thank you note and
right.
I think that's just such a really good way of business to where
some of my employees have been there over 20 years too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're like family.
Well, it's like Kreative Kids. You had a 20-pluser, haven't you? 30-pluser?
Well, we've got two 35-pluses,
Yeah.
a couple of 30-pluses.
But what testaments to what you guys do, though, for employees that are staying around for that long. I mean, you're doing something right. And right now, with that being said, if someone calls, what's that process look like? Because I've always been I've never done damage to my car, Greg, but I will. But I will say this: if I ever do have it, and I'm going to call Freer because I want it done correctly. What does that process look like from start to finish? If I have some pretty serious front end damage,
it depends on if the vehicle is drivable. That's one of the first things I ask the customer: is it drivable? You need to make sure you're not leaking any fluids. We don't want you driving that. If you're leaking radiator fluid, you'll blow up your engine.
Yeah.
So, we get it in, we estimate it, we check the availability of the parts and get you on the books to get repaired. And if it's not drivable, you leave it right then and there, or we have it towed in.
Really, really unique too, and that's just good to know. Before I let you go, Margaret, what has been the most unique phone call that you have received at Freer Auto Body?
Oh my gosh. I cannot begin to. I mean, my first thing is, are you okay? That's all that matters. Those cars can be fixed, but are you okay?
Well, and see, what does it mean to know that people are trusting you? Because you hit on it in the front part of this kind of a couple of minutes, but I want to wrap up with it because you're right. I mean, you're fixing up a vehicle that is going to hopefully keep somebody safe in the worst moment of potentially their life in terms of refixing a car, or if it happens again.
My David opened the business. He was not 19 years old, and I've been there from the beginning. And I remember the first wreck that came in. It's like, oh my gosh, there's no way we can fix that. And today, I mean, it's like we can fix anything.
Wow,
we can fix anything. In fact, we're one of the top-rated shops, and I can't name insurance companies, but we are in the top 2% of their insurance for customer experience, customer service, and quality in the nation. Not just Illinois, our area, but in the nation.
And what's it mean for yourself and also just the family at large to see this, continue to grow, 35 plus years later?
It's a community that's done it. I mean, they're the ones that have made us what we are today, and that is why we are so grateful, so very grateful. Well, and you wouldn't think you could work with family.
Right.
But by golly, we do it every day. 12 hours a day we do it.
And how are the granddaughters doing?
Oh, they're doing well. Lily is settled in at Stanford, practicing soccer every day. She trains constantly.
Is their season start yet, or is it starting soon?
No. They're just in training practice now. They have exhibition games or whatever in the spring, and then their real games are in the fall. Cool. And Taylor's getting ready to take the MCAT in April. I'm very proud of both of them.
Really
They're my
cool.
heart.
Well, and honestly, they do so much for the community too. With their efforts.
They're amazing, and they're truly kind. It's not just a front. Their heart is in the right.
They do
place.
it. It's genuine. It's not because we have to. It's because we want to. And Keith, before I let you go, have you ever had any wild outburst at Kreative Kids that will stick with you now that I got talking about the word? I gotta ask. I can't just leave you here.
I'm sure.
You would be amazed at what you hear children say.
We'll leave it there. At 10:03. For more information, we'll link everything on a write-up on RiverBender.com, a couple of those write-ups, but we'll take a quick break. You stay there. I'll stay here in the studio. We'll come back. 38 degrees in downtown Alton on this Tuesday. More Daily Show next.
Oh no, another bad headache? Yeah. Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Yo, Hank Williams song. 'Cause you see, I'm a dinosaur. I should have died out a long time before. Have pity on a dinosaur. Hand me my hat. Excuse me, man, but where's the door?
God, I love that song. Welcome back, Daily Show. 10:07, here's what you need to know. Top of the hour news now. You heard it first on RiverBender.com. I just had the time of my life with Rachel and Chantel yesterday as we broke the news on the next chapter of Jacoby Art Center, set to open a new location in downtown Alton. Here's what you need to know. They are excited to announce they're moving to 208 State Street. It's the former site of State Street Market, which plans to open in April of this year. Executive Director Rachel Lampin and Operations Manager Chantel Morgan shared their ideas and perspective on the new 4,000 square foot space that will allow for enhanced programming, including popular kids and play programs. The center aims to utilize the building's patio for community events like poetry on the patio. While renovations are underway, they are seeking community support through sponsorships and contributions, along with volunteerism opportunities. The leadership optimistic about the next chapter and invites everyone to get involved. Also in the news yesterday, in serious news, a double shooting occurred at around 11:30 a.m. Monday on the 3rd in the 100th block of North 2nd Street in Dupo. 2 victims shot. Police have taken 2 suspects into custody. The conditions of the victims have not yet been disclosed. In response to the gunfire, Dupo Community Unit School District 196 did place schools on lockdown as a precaution. Despite no involvement of staff or students, Superintendent Dr. White emphasized student safety and stated that they are cooperating closely with law enforcement. Early dismissal was delayed until clearance was given by the authorities. A minor earthquake measuring 2.4 in magnitude struck near the Missouri-Illinois border on Saturday evening, the 1st of February. The U.S. Geological Survey reported that the seismic event occurred around 6 p.m. Central Time, with its epicenter located 2.3 miles south-southwest of Valmeyer and about 6.9 miles northeast of Festus. The quake hit a shallow depth of 3.1 miles below the surface. The event is part of the Illinois Basin Ozark Dome region, known for moderate earthquake activity. There have been no reports of damage or injuries following the tremor. Also in the news today, Andrew Kopp, a teenager from Roxana, was reported missing after last being seen leaving Roxana High School on January the 31st. And now, as of February the 3rd, the Roxana Police Department did announce that he has been located and is safe. Authorities expressed their gratitude to the community for their assistance during this search for the missing juvenile. While details surrounding Copp's disappearance remain undisclosed, the positive outcome has brought relief to his family, friends, and the community as they played a crucial role in ensuring his safe return. And finally in the news today, a resident of Godfrey, Matthew Costello, was facing serious legal consequences after being charged with 5 counts of child pornography classified as a Class X felony. The charges stem from an investigation initiated on January 23rd, prompted by numerous cyber tips from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, and it regarded the dissemination of child pornography via the Kik application. Executed a search warrant at Costello's home, and they found evidence of videos and images that were shared in various chat groups. Costello currently in custody as the legal proceedings continue. At 10:10, that's what is happening around the Riverbend this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at weather. 38 degrees. It feels like 38 today. Cooler with clouds and breaks of sun. Tonight, cloudy with a little snow late with little to no accumulation. Untreated surfaces could be slippery in the morning. Air quality is at 33, which is good overall. As for mold, it's at low levels at 345, but are still elevated over yesterday. Coming up today, temperatures reach 43 degrees and drop down to 31 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 44, a low of 40. A chance for some freezing rain in the morning, so just be careful. On Thursday, a high of 50, a low of 27 degrees as we head into Friday. And on Friday, partly sunny skies, a high of 42, a low of 36 degrees. As we head into Saturday and wrap up the week, we're going to see temperatures of 52 for the high and 25 for the low. As we head into Sunday, the 9th day of February, that's a look at what's happening in the next 5 days. And here's a look at what's happening now. It's 10:12. It's 38 degrees in downtown Alton. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Before we take a quick break and we keep this show on and moving, tired of dealing with trash? You got to have Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling take care of it with their valuable weekly trash service. You know those purple and yellow trash cans? Boom, mating like bunny rabbits. They cover areas like Godfrey, Grafton, Bethalto, Rosewood Heights, and more. All you have to do is bag and tie your trash, and of course, call and make sure that you're on their list at 618-433-1128. That's 618-433-1128. Start your journey with the Queen of Junk, now the Queen of Trash today.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
It is a Snowmageddon Monday out there. All of us snowed in, but our daily show continues.
With a drop in between 4:30 and 6:30.
Arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. I just want to fly.
9:16. Welcome back, Daily Show. Big news! I'm excited. Chantel, Rachel.
Yeah.
How's life treating you?
We're pretty excited too.
Yeah.
So fill us in. You told us you'd be coming on the show if you had some news to share with us. 2024, you rolled up the sleeves and you started working, and we're here now.
Yeah.
What's the next chapter of Jacoby look
We
like?
have keys to a building.
I love it!
Not a brick and mortar.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
And this is going to be really cool. I mean, you kind of filled me in a little bit of the prospective locations for it, and now fill us in. Where's the public going to be seeing Jacoby Art Center?
208 State Street.
I love it. It's a perfect spot for it. And now,
is.
this is the old, will be formerly known as State Street Market, but now your guys' space.
Correct.
Yeah. We're kicking around some names, but we really like Jacoby Arts Center, State Street Studios.
Really?
Yes.
I like it.
Just kind of designate the location, especially since we've been doing so much community work. You know, Jacoby Art Center at Conservatory, Jacoby Art Center at Milton Schoolhouse. You know, now we're Jacoby Art Center, State Street Studios too.
Yeah.
Well, this is, I mean, it's really huge. I mean, because whenever you guys were kind of dealing with that pretty quick change, I mean, it was time to think quickly, and you did. You adapted with events and trying to just to do what you could, and you said that we would be finding a space, and you put your minds to it.
Oh, yeah. The right person stepped forward at the right time, and the space is, you know, not what we had before, and the public needs to know going forward things might look a little different. Programming will have to flex around the new space, but as far as aesthetics, it's a beautiful space, beautiful light. It's right downtown with lots of foot traffic. We're really excited about what we can offer.
Well, and I'm excited for this next chapter. We were talking just off the air, you know, during the break and finding out, I mean, from the outside, you don't realize how much space is in there, you know?
It surprised us too when we initially got the call from the owner of the building that it was going to be empty. Who is also a local artist. So perfect fit.
There you go.
She had her artwork in Jacoby for years.
No
anyway,
kidding.
she called us and was like, hey, you want to come check this out? And initially I thought, I don't know if that would work. It seems a little small, but with the kitchen and everything, we got about 4,000 square feet of operation space.
I just think this is fantastic. I mean, this is huge, especially for, you know, just the community and just the tradition that Jacoby brings. Now to really do this, I mean, what do you guys feel like right now? I mean, is it a feeling of we got a lot more work to do? Did you get
Absolutely.
Did you get a chance to celebrate it all? You know that we did it.
We did. We popped a little champagne over the weekend.
Good for you guys.
Yep.
So when did you get the key? Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. And then we met the board down there on Sunday and popped a bottle of champagne with the board. So
that's awesome. What are their thoughts?
Oh, they're super excited, and they're ready to roll up their sleeves and clean. So we're going to have a lot of cleaning and painting and, you know, building work to do for over the next month, and then, like, moving back in and getting things set up. So.
Well, and it seems like you really have an opportunity to make it your own, you know, with the, you know, tearing out everything and kind of, you know, I hate to say gut because it always sounds demonstrative, but you got to gut the place to kind of make it your spot. Yeah. And it seems like you'll be able to really tailor everything for what you guys need in this modern era, really.
Yeah, we have spaces within the new building for our kids programming. Our clay program will be coming back. We did a survey last year when we knew we would be moving out to ask the community what things are most important for us to bring with us. And clay and kids were our top two, so we're really excited to announce that those two things will be coming back.
That's huge. I mean, that really is just so huge. And you know, going forward, you're going to have a lot of cleaning. Right?
We do.
Have you already started the process? Is there going to be a game plan here, or is it
We're working on the game plan. That's
what we're doing right after this. We wanted to jump on here and announce it on your show, and,
I love it.
And then roll up our sleeves.
Well, people were excited. I mean, there were people talking about this all week, and that they knew that you were going to come on the show. Now, are you looking eventually for volunteers to maybe help clean up the space and maybe help with some of that work? Because that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, that and some building of shelves and assembling of things. And
make it a community project.
Absolutely.
Almost.
We'll probably end up posting some work days on our
Really
website.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now, so do you have an idea of when? I mean, obviously this is so brand new. It's very fluid, and you never know what tomorrow brings. But as of now, tentatively, do you have an idea of a ballpark of when the public can stop inside and see this this space when it's completed, or?
Well, we probably won't be ready to open the doors to the public until April.
I'm sure.
And we're shooting for that. We're hoping for that. It may take longer, but we would really like to have at least a little bit of programming this spring so people can get inside and see what we're all about in this new space.
Well, and take me through some of the features of the building, because I knew it as State Street Market, and all of us did, but there's probably some rooms in there and some features that the public's not aware of that really can add to what you all are doing.
Yeah, some of the areas that the public probably hasn't seen are the kitchen areas and some of the storage areas. And the kitchen areas convert really well over into clay studios.
I can see it.
Yeah, we need ventilation and 220 outlets and all of that stuff. So kitchens in general make a really good conversion to clay studios. So we'll have our kiln rooms in that general area.
Glazing studio.
Yeah, all of that. So
this is fantastic. And now, are you going to use the patio?
Absolutely.
There we go. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, we've got some ideas on that for sure. So maybe some, poetry on the patio, or some of our performing arts programs out on the patio. But we're going to continue those in the community with partners like the conservatory
Yeah, we had
as well.
a great turnout for
How
our
was
comedy night.
What'd you call it? Jack Comedy?
Jack Comedy at the conservatory. We had like 50 people show up,
Wow.
which is amazing turnout for a stand-up comedy, and it was hilarious. It was so wonderful. We were really pleased with the turnout. It was great to have that sort of community support show up for Jacoby.
And it's support like that I'm sure that keeps you kind of inflated while you're looking for location. Because I'm sure that's tough. How many spots did you go through? If you
Oh
don't...
my gosh.
A lot.
At least 10 very solid, viable options.
Wow.
And 4 really kind of jumped out. We kept kind of having community members reach out and be like, hey, what about this? What about that? And we worked with a lot of different people, just seeing what would work best, including this building.
Right.
The owner of the RiverBender or the owners, I should say, of the RiverBender were so wanting to get us in this door.
I was too. I was trying all I could, guys. I'll just be honest. That was my vote. But this is going to be a perfect spot for you.
Absolutely.
And because it's really cool, because I'm sure with the way that you all are so inept with art and designing, especially with the community around you, it's going to make that 4,000 look like 8,000 because of just how you guys can make things look. And to see that come to life in a different way is really a next generation type of stepping stone for Jacoby, and one that our generation's going to know of where Jacoby Art Center is.
Absolutely. One of the things we're super excited about is those windows.
Yeah.
And, we had a lot of programs down in our basement at Jacoby, which worked out really well in that building.
Right.
But to be able to put the wheels out front in front of the windows so people realize we have pottery and wheel classes and adult classes and kids programs. I think it was hard to tell what we did because there were so many different areas.
Well, I think window space is so vital. I mean, because for tourists and folks that will come in during the summertime and they see that, it just adds that aesthetic to it too,
Yeah, you can get a real quick glimpse of what we do just by walking by.
And then you're going to stop in and go, so what do you guys have going on in here?
Exactly.
So take me through just some of the reaction that you've had. Has it all been pretty positive, just excited to help? Because I saw the post and you guys had like all these people liking it that you were ready to make an announcement. So
definitely.
What's the next step look like for the public? In case they're kind of just wondering what you need from them, what can they expect the next couple of days, or a call to action?
Something that we are really looking to source is someone to help us refinish the floors.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
these beautiful hardwood floors that we obviously want to protect so that paint and clay are not ruining them. So anybody listening who has, a restorative hardwood flooring company who'd like to partner with us, we'd love to hear from them.
And/or wants to sponsor that.
Right.
That would be great.
We could definitely use some sponsors for our free kids program, for our clay studios. We have so many different programs that we could utilize sponsors for over the next year and really get the word out about your business or venture. And
What's vital right now for you guys. If you had some folks that stepped up and got you, because it's a transition period. You know, you're still putting in all this work and getting it going. So if you had some sponsors to say, guys, hey, we got you for a year or two, you know, how great would that be?
That would be amazing to get us running in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, and too, I mean, if you did it like in the next 30 minutes or so, that way we could really tie it in, and I would feel very good about my show today. I would feel very good about my.
Call into the station.
Call in now. Do you guys have a moment to stick around?
Absolutely.
We'll come back, chat a little bit more about this. This is exciting. You know what I'm always excited about too? We're great community partners partnering up, just like Jacoby and a place called Hainer Library did this year. That was exciting. You guys had a good run of thing. What you guys did concerts, correct?
We did concerts and a little art library out at Jacoby. We also have been working on over the winter little free libraries that are going to go out into the community. So art libraries, we're going to have art supplies, art books, maybe little leave your art for other people to come and pick up. So
I didn't have to give you a library. That just shows you how great Hainer Library and Jacoby are. You can go to HainerLibrary.org, get your library card today, and don't forget to tell them that you know who and Jacoby sent you over their way.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois, with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
9:30. Welcome back. It's the first Monday of February. Jacoby Art Center got the keys to their new location. Is it a brick and mortar? Do we call it that?
Yeah.
New brick and mortar?
It's
actual brick.
It's actual.
Yeah, it is. It is true brick and mortar. Yeah. So I mean, we can actually say this. The former location of State Street Market is now going to be Jacoby Art Center for years to come. I feel it. This is really cool. The aesthetic of it, the windows, and just the added value I think you'll bring to that district is so welcomed. And, you know, you guys have had connections and conversations with a lot of, you know, local leaders and folks that have been really trying to find you that next spot.
Yeah.
You know, what's it mean for them to know that the art center isn't really going outside of the entertainment district? It's going right into the thick of it. Have you had that conversation yet with folks? Are they excited?
Oh, yeah. Sarah McGivney from Alton Main Street is our biggest cheerleader, and
Without
she
a
was
doubt.
thrilled to hear we were staying downtown. We were going to still be in the district, and just an ideal location for everybody involved.
Yeah, we considered a lot of different options, including Godfrey.
I'm sure you did, yeah.
We had to be open. It was changed, so, but we love downtown, of course.
Well, that's what I'm sure if they were excited about, because I mean, I just love what you're doing right here on State Street. This is going to be cool, you know. And so you were talking a little bit about these, what you would like to do, and just wanted to touch on the potential of doing some art parties.
Art parties. It may be a new offering that the space is ideal for.
That's cool.
So both kids and adults, thinking of the like paint and sip type vibe, you know, but with some more artistic maybe creations in mind.
Wheel, jewelry, pottery stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
See, and those things are good to talk about to get folks excited, because if you want to help kind of spearhead this process and maybe getting it going a little bit faster, let's get some donations going here and let's keep this ball rolling. And, you know, with the donations, this is a great time to do it. This is a new chapter. I mean, we can honestly say we're actively supporting the next chapter of Jacoby Art Center with this.
Absolutely, yeah. Donations, memberships.
Volunteer hours when their work days come up, because that's going to be a lot of clearing out, I think.
Scrubbing walls and floors and getting things all ready for us to move our items.
Yeah, and then once we open, like, show up for classes.
Yeah,
show up
be a
for
part of
events.
it.
We do a lot of free stuff, but, you know, sign up for the classes too, so.
Absolutely. The boss man's turning off the boiler, John. Is it getting too hot down here? It's only 95. Thank you. I thought I was getting sick. I didn't know what was going on. But you know, speaking of that, with bringing in clay and all, how is the kiln process? How do you bring those into the building? That's what I'm because they're big. I mean, this is not.
Ours are not large.
Oh, okay,
like,
so it's
crazy.
not.
It's about the size of most people's stove. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's so.
Welcome back to our daily show, 10:32. A little bit of change. You can watch that announcement video again online in real time at RiverBender.com /daily show. Jacoby Art Center again breaking the news to all of us yesterday morning that they found a new spot at 208 State Street, and well, they're going to be neighbors with Brian Trust. We're going to talk with him in just a couple of seconds, but while I have you, you heard Lionel Richie. He wants to be high, and, well, who can blame him? You can go to Village Dispensary right now, and you can just do what Lionel Richie is always saying about by going to Village Dispo, placing your order today with that community staple that's all about providing you those daily dose of everything pretty special. We're talking pre-rolls for under $10. We're talking edibles for under $5. And if you need some flour, they got you covered for eighths that are $25. Plus, with the rewards program, you can't go wrong. Go to Village Dispo, see the stash that makes Cheech and Chong jealous, and don't forget to tell them you know who sent you over their way.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Brian Trust! Good morning. 10:36, 40 degrees. Kind of warm down here, so I think they turned the boiler back on.
Oh, dude.
Yesterday I was dying. I looked like Elvis at the end. I was sitting there hunched over like he was singing Unchained Melody and just... I almost sold my sweat like Rodney Dangerfield. You know he sold his sweat in Vegas?
No respect. I get no respect.
Seriously,
CJ.
he sold his sweat.
I did not know
he
this.
would take it. He would have these towels and he would squeeze them into jars, and his wife would sell them after his stand-up shows because he thought that Elvis people liked his sweaty scarves, so why couldn't he sell his jars of sweat?
I like the side hustle. I like the side hustle.
Speaking of side hustles, that's become really just pretty much your whole life. Poor decisions.
Yeah.
How's life treating you?
Brother, I'm blessed. Don't get me wrong. There's always
Pop my damn neck. Did you hear that?
I heard it, dude. I love it.
The only thing I keep
chiropractor.
asking for is just better chairs because I'm getting a little stiff over here.
John, is it in the budget?
No.
Okay. Hey, I'm glad you brought up poor decisions. It's when I say that I'm blessed, we all go through trials and tribulations, but how awesome is it when you walk down the street, people know me as the car salesman, the DJ, you just get to have, never-ending conversations.
Well, now you got new neighbors.
Oh, Jacoby, I love that. Hey, welcome, neighbors. Welcome. If you need any official taste testing, if you got any food going on, Brian Trust, knock on the door next door. I'd love to try.
Gave him some air horns.
Like the DJ. Welcome, my new neighbors. This is so awesome. Check out, starting from Morrison's to Mike Weller at AP Cigar, Stacy and I at Poor Decision, and now we got the Jacoby Art Center. And, watching the interview, downtown district. How awesome is that?
We haven't seen this much life for about 8 years. I mean, honestly, it's been really kind of cool. I mean, we got some businesses filling up. We got some new entertainment, some art, especially with the way that window is. It's really, really good stuff. And then on top of that, too, I mean, you got, of course, great food in a couple of spots. But I wanted to clarify something.
Yes.
I said we were going to Morrison's for my birthday lunch to Mike Weller. I have not been entirely truthful with you, my fellow Americans, because it was Monday when we were going for lunch, and Morrison's is not open on Monday for lunch and all that. So we went to Carver's instead, and that was damn good for a birthday lunch. Thank you, Mr. Hendrick, boss man. That was a great birthday lunch.
Love
But
Carver's.
the intention was there. It was just a scheduling conflict.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to clarify.
Hey, I'm ready to get downtown back on track.
You're getting there.
I'm not running for any political. I'm not into politics. But I want to tell you right now, not single-handedly, but with the support of the downtown, I can't wait for downtown to thrive again. Get St. Louis, get Grafton, get everybody just to come, not necessarily Poor Decisions alone, but come in, try one of our signature drinks, bounce over to Morrison's for their signature shot, have a stogie with Mike, go to the Jacoby Art Center for whatever program they might have you going on. Man, park one place, bounce around, and enjoy everybody.
100%. And on top of that, too, man, I mean, you're learning a whole new industry, truly. I mean, and there's a lot of, there's a learning curve with life. But with the bar, you were just telling me, you've been really just stepping up. You threw out a couple of people before they even came in with some bad attitudes. And I wanted to clarify that because,
Please, go ahead.
In downtown, I think sometimes, rumors and stuff kind of go flying a little bit, but there's been a couple of scuffles, but you were talking with me a little bit, and I think what you said is so important for the district downtown to hear is that, you're here to be a team player, and you're getting out these bad apples, before they're even walking in the door.
Just want to be a staple, for the long haul, and the downtown district could use some improvement, but I got to tell you, APD has been our #1 supporter. I hope that we can collaborate with the rest of not just the bar owners, but all of downtown Alton. We met with the owners of Ches Maryland's. They're on board. So if we could just get everybody to practice the same principles, we could just create a much better place to visit.
Well, 100%. And I think it's good to know, just people know that you guys are on top. You really are doing your best to be a good neighbor.
Absolutely.
And that's good to know. And with that being said, how has been the couple of comedy jams, the events? Take me through some of them.
Man, I have to thank right off the bat, The Daily Show with RiverBender Radio. Hey, listen, the last time you guys gave us a shout out, our first comedy jam, maybe a whole lot of people didn't hear about it. We had about 30. The last comedy jam, standing room only.
Really?
And I got to elaborate really fast. A local, Steve Eimel. You know Steve Eimel?
Yeah.
He had the pest control.
Yeah.
So, you can never judge a book by its cover. He took the mic, no notes, like how we just wing it. I really just think he was talking about his everyday life. Bro, he had everybody rolling. the comedians who do it as their everyday, they were rolling. So, folks, you just never know what to expect. Matter of fact, if I could just bring it up, Wednesday nights, starting tomorrow, we are starting an open mic.
Oh.
From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and it's almost like an audition if you want to be part of our comedy jam. I don't know if you saw my post, but I called it AGT, not America's Got Talent, but Alton's Got Talent. So if you want to sing, do a little poetry, try your stand-up comic routine from 6 to 8, we might say, hey, how about you for the next comedy show? Mm-hmm. So one of the big things, man, I just got all wound. Okay. So one of the big things that I'm really excited
I just love it because I can do my other jobs while you're going.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
just sit back.
This is Brian's show.
So, folks, here at Poor Decisions, 204 State Street, downtown Alton. And we also just announced our new neighbors, Jacoby Art Center. I absolutely love it. But one of the most exciting things that I like about the bar is we communicate with you, the general public. What would you like to see? Would you like to see something different downtown? So just a quick recap of the schedule this week. Wednesday night, open mic, 6 to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Immediately thereafter, we have karaoke.
And the fat ass bucket.
Oh, yeah, that's part of our signature. A 32-ounce, baby. 32-ounce. Surprise.
You'll wake up Wednesday.
Yeah. But listen, just if you get a chance, just follow us on Facebook, Poor Decisions.
This is cool.
Keep up in the know, especially when you're on the Daily Show. That's how you keep up with what's going, right here in your backyard.
Well, and on top of it, too, I think it's so cool for people to kind of get to see as you're starting this, and just some of the trials and tribulation, because it's not easy, man. There is a lot of toughness when it comes to, especially getting a bar up and going.
My next venture is I'm going to write a book on what to do when opening up a business in downtown Alton. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing, folks.
I almost got in trouble because the candidates forums tonight, so I can't say it. I got to be really good.
Okay.
I'm not moderating it, by the way. I just want to let everyone know.
I just hear
they wouldn't allow me.
In the car business, there's always been a saying. It's and in business, most people don't plan to fail.
No.
They fail to plan.
Well, that's true.
But, when we picked out the location we're at right now, there was so many places we checked out. But how can you beat the historic downtown?
Yeah.
Knowing that if you chose that location, you're surrounded by other business ventures, because people call it competition. But what I like about it is businesses attract other businesses.
100%.
The other locations we were looking at, they weren't there. But boy, I tell you what, when I opened up, #politics. Mom, you said never get involved in politics, so I'm not going there. But yeah, definitely some trials and tribulations.
Well, and you got to do what you can to survive, and you got to do what you can to make sure you're still getting treated as fairly. And I've never understood that because, you went to council before and there's no denying. You were there and you spoke about maybe the delays and some of the timelines of what you needed to do. And it's a big testament, though, for no matter if you become an overnight staple tomorrow or you become a staple in 5 years, a true like Fast Eddie status and Max status. Sure. It's the fact that people heard from you firsthand of going, hey man, like I could have chosen 3 other towns and looked at these buildings and what do I need? And
Sure.
I think that's good for folks to know that. For all the fun that it looks like having a bar, and all the fun that night brings, well, there's 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times harder work to deal with throughout the day.
A lot of liability.
Yeah.
But I tell you, my business partners, it's their livelihood. Where I've got
100%.
several other businesses.
True. That's a good way to look at that, too.
My partners, it's their livelihood. So, feast, famine, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, we still want to do business right. So a lot of times people say you got to do whatever it takes, not necessarily because we still want to be compliant. Right. So we're very proud of everything we do. And we know it's just a matter of time getting the word out that last Saturday, I actually just did a post. I've seen so many new faces. And, as a business owner, how beautiful that is. And then when you see your regulars, that's also beautiful because you see people coming back. That's what I love.
Absolutely. Dan's bringing me a visitor.
Hey, that's okay. Hey, come on in. I could be a co-host,
No. We'll take a quick break just to see what this get him on to stick around.
Absolutely.
We'll come back with more Daily Show. I'll do a live read after this one in downtown Alton on the part of the 618 RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday grabs like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
We have an interesting show during the commercial break, don't we? I always tell people, I joke that more happens during the commercial break than during the show, but it's true.
I just said it on my last show. When you're interviewing a guest and you go to commercial break, it's like the conversation intensifies.
Oh yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could intensify now, but I got to have a job until for the foreseeable future.
That's why we go to commercial. Turn the mics down. That's just our personal relationship.
And
right.
Then we have guests coming down, and hey, guess what? Alderwoman Rosie Brown will be joining us next Friday. The 14th at 10:30.
Ooh, Valentine's Day.
That's right.
That's going to be a sweetheart interview. I'm just trying to learn, from your puns.
Your lean-ins.
Yeah, learning. Yes.
Well, you can always learn about Brian by stopping by and seeing him at Porta City. Take me through your staff over there. Who do you got working for you?
So my partner, Stacy Roach, who's got 20 plus years in the bar industry. She runs the bar. Yours truly came out of retirement. I'm on the entertainment side of things. And then we have food provided by C Rations. Yeah. So that's what I meant by a partnership.
Are they open every day?
We're working on that.
Okay.
So actually, it's you just brought that up. We actually just this week we changed our business hours. We're now closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
So Wednesday through Sunday. And
for the bar too?
Yeah, for the bar. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely.
Really cool. Give you a couple of reset days too.
Absolutely. And what we're learning is a lot of the downtown district you're seeing, just like you talked about, Morrison's, they're closed on Monday. So, 3 months in, we're starting to learn how downtown operates and understand why be open if no one's coming down.
Right.
Right. So I threw it out there. If you have an idea that we could reopen on Monday and Tuesday, like, what are you thinking? Like beer pong? Are you talking bags? I want to tell you, as a business, we are approachable because, again, we want to bring hype into downtown Alton.
If I had my old show, I'd be making so many
wrestling.
bag jokes right now.
Were you talking about wrestling? Because I remember you used to wrestle.
We can't. But can we fit a 20-foot wrestling ring in there? Is your space being serious? If we can fit it, we'll get it.
I think you could jump off the rope, jump off the wall, and
as long as it fits, we'll make it work.
If I could fit through the walls, we can get that thing in there. Okay.
You can't make any more bag comments because I like to take those and run. Those are great pun lines. Because I've seen a few of those bags,
We need entertainment.
No, I am so outdated. I'd be strong in the 50s. I think now it's just, I'm kind of like Don Rickles. I was edgy at the time.
But we have open mic Wednesdays from 6 to 8. There you go, dude. Speaking of Valentine's Day and open
now
mic,
on Channel 11, Nasello busted at Poor Decisions, canceled after a variety of fiery jokes.
Hey, we're talking about that open mic on Wednesdays, right?
Yes.
And then you just talked about Valentine's Day. Our next comedy jam is on Valentine's Day. Yeah.
There's a lot of relationships that qualify.
That's exactly. Hey, I'm telling you, when Steve took the microphone, okay, he had everybody rolling. We had to tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, bro, your time's up." He could have kept going and going.
Steve's a good man.
Man, a lot of the conversation was,
Yeah, hey, it happens.
Significant others,
hey, whatever.
How entertaining can that be?
God, how funny would it be, though? I mean, it wouldn't be. It would be kind of fun. I'm going to say. It would be funny if, there's a person doing stand-up, and then, they were the third person in on a relationship whose couple is there watching the performer. Now, that would be a performance
There was some entertainment, because you have a proud sponsor on the show that I got to put a name and a face with, Denise Sparks.
Yeah.
Was sitting in the front row.
Was she really?
How brave is all. You know what? She was awesome. She was
Denise
awesome.
Sparks was there, huh?
Yes.
Wow, you got a star-studded lineup there.
Dude, I'm at front row, VIP, you know?
Well, hey, look, there's John. There's John.
Hey, John, shout out to... I feel like I was just taking over the show. I was just about to do an infomercial for John, you know?
How's John doing?
John is doing fantastic,
How's Papa
man.
John doing?
I am so proud to be his father-in-law. The guy is a workaholic, not to mention, and folks, I'm just going to throw it out there. It's never too late. If you want to set up a retirement plan for yourself and you don't know how to go about it, you could call John right there with the number on the screen for a free consultation.
I was looking at poor decisions.
And just start setting up your future. Never too late. I'm glad. So you're on our Facebook page right now.
I am right now, and I'm telling you this right now, too.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? We are advancing on this show. We can do this. I can do this. I am more than capable. Not really. I'm just kind of...
You know what cracks me up while you're looking this up? Is, you know, I DJ. So Saturday nights I start at 9 p.m. I go till 3 a.m. And what I love about it, we'll be wall to wall, okay? And I can read people's lips. They're looking at, you know, Trust with this gray hair. Like, is that Brian, the car guy? And I just went again. I'm like, that's me, you know? I'm going to start changing my name to DJ Father Time because, you know, I think I've DJ'd their parents' weddings, you know, and some different things like that. But, hey, age doesn't matter when you're having fun.
That's right. Hey, let me take you through some of the fun that you could be having.
Hey, check this
at Poor
out.
Decisions.
Yeah, let's look at
Facebook
this.
page, by the way. Open mic every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Karaoke to follow. Signature drinks, alcoholic slushies. Those slushies need to stop drinking.
Hey, don't try one. Try them all.
There you go. You ever see a slushy shake before? Oh, okay. Moving on. Karaoke starts at 8 p.m. with... who is our DJ host?
Well, it's kind of cool. She's one of our bartenders as well. So DJ Carissa.
There
you
we
gotta get
go.
the hey. You know what, CJ? You know what a gay horse says?
Oh no, Brian! Don't get me in trouble on my
Hey.
Don't get me on my show.
So we have DJ Carissa.
Don't get me in trouble on my own show today. Musical bingo starts Thursday, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. We'll just keep moving down the pipeline. Awesome prizes, great atmosphere, and food, fun, and music. DJ Tony.
DJ Tony.
She's the best.
Dude, we're so excited. And you know what's crazy about that particular thing you got on TV? It's absolutely free to participate.
Is it really?
Yes.
And you win prizes?
Bro, I'm calling out my Jewish community to get down there.
My God.
I'm just trying for open mic, dude. I'm a Jew. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, thank you. Brian Trust is
allowed
saying
to
this.
say, yes.
Brian Trust is saying.
Look at my nose, bro. Barry Manilow all the way.
Poor Decisions Comedy Jam, where you can get a taste of. He's trying out
I'm
right
trying
now.
right now. I'm auditioning.
Doors open at 6. My God. Take the live
All right,
read
so
away.
here we go. It's Valentine's Day, our comedy jam, February 14th. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 6:30. Only $10, bro. And if you ever break it down, 2.5 hours, that's less than $5 per hour for entertainment. That was a Jewish translation. Anyways, listen, limited seating only, so please get there, 6 p.m., grab a seat. I lost CJ, guys. It looks like I'm taking over temporarily here.
7 years down the drain, Brian.
I guess I need to walk out.
Oh, my God. Hey, you can walk into Poor Decisions right over there on State Street. How's the car business doing?
Bro, it's prime time. We're going into tax season right now. I know I've been talking with you and John about maybe coming on weekly.
Yeah.
About, folks, if you have any questions about how to buy a car, I want to clarify, because, you know, we want to keep CJ's show going.
We do.
That anything that I speak of would be in my experience and in my opinion.
We have a
disclaimer.
A disclaimer.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we used to. This was so bad when I was in radio. Oh my God, we'd have a disclaimer every time someone farted. The views expressed in this program are not. We understand, you know. But Brian is not CJ.
Yeah,
CJ's not Brian.
yeah.
But if you see us combined together, it's
entertainment.
It's an event.
Yes.
It is an event. You think the Super Bowl's got something cooking on Sunday? You should see CJ and Brian out at 1 a.m.
That was entertaining, and I miss those.
I do too.
But folks, if I can get on
My
the show,
liver was floating.
then we made some poor decisions. That's probably what embarked the name of the bar was that particular night. You know, and you didn't get any royalties for that.
That's right.
Right. So I owe you
but
lunch.
What I think's great about it is if you're liking what Brian has to offer, just this realness, where it's never in poor taste. It's always in good fun, and it's everything you say, and that's what's shown on You're Beautiful, which airs Thursdays 2 to 3 p.m. is all about just... it's all loving fun.
Amen.
Because there was a time where we could, we talk about Don Rickles, turn on the Comedy Friars roast from 1980 and you tell me about some of those jokes, but it was all out of good fun and love, and that's what he'd always say, and that's what you are, man. It's all because you love people, you love every walk of life, and at Poor Decisions, that's who's been coming inside.
And absolutely love it.
See?
Diversity bar. And it's just not people diversity. It's the interactive atmosphere. It's the things that we bring to downtown Alton that makes it so exciting.
100%. We're out of time, Brian. Thank you. Till tomorrow. All I got is one thing left to say to all of you, and that's tune into the forum tonight to see your prospective candidates and try your best to stay out of jail.